This segment is brought to you by St. Martin and Bork. Know your rights.
Hey everybody, welcome into Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. We're checking in with Thibodeau, and a pretty big investigation led to an arrest in Thibodeau. For that, we go to the Thibodeau Police Department and Lieutenant Clint Dempster. Hey, Clint, thanks for joining us. This is a pretty big investigation that led to a couple of arrests for you guys. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Harry. So like you said, this was a couple months long investigation that our narcotics division had been working on. Last Thursday, May the 29th, we did a search warrant in the 1300 block of Louisiana Street, and it resulted in our findings. A lengthy investigation, as you can see pictured here. The search, we recovered approximately 142 grams of marijuana, some packaging materials, 3 digital scales, 3 handguns, one of which was converted to fully automatic, which is illegal, a rifle upper, 57 bottles of CBD oil, 11 THC vapes, an assortment of ammunition and magazines, $1,397 in U.S. currency, and 149 grams of gabapentin, 9 doses of tramadol, 208 grams of liquid codeine, and 70 grams of mushroom gummies was recovered out of the house. Through that, we made 2 arrests, a Caden Arsenault, white male, 21 years of age of Thibodeau. He was charged with illegal carrying of a weapon in the presence of a CDS, possession and distribution of drug paraphernalia, 2 counts of possession with intent to distribute Schedule 1, possession of mushrooms, and unlawful handling of machine guns. The second suspect we had was Desmond Fuselier, 28, black male of Houma. He also was charged with possession of firearm and carrying a concealed weapon by a convicted felon, illegal carrying of a weapon in the presence of a CDS, 2 counts of possession with intent to distribute Schedule 1, possession and drug paraphernalia, possession of codeine, possession of mushrooms, possession of Schedule 4, tramadol, possession with intent to distribute Schedule 5, and that was the end of his charges. So, like I said, it definitely was a good lick for the narcotics, and they did a good job with that investigation, real thorough. Sometimes they take a while, but I was on here just recently with you guys, and it just seems like it's becoming more and more common of these search warrants. Which it's a good thing and a not so good thing. We're doing our job, but we happy to get them off the streets, but we just wish that wouldn't be in our city.
Yeah, no doubt. And when you look at that, the dangerous thing is when you see a weapon, particularly a weapon that's been changed to be more of an automatic weapon there. Today, do guys like this sit on a house? You go to a house where people will come and go into the house. They sit on a corner where cars drive by, or has it become more like an Uber or DoorDash where they bring it right to the people? What is today's drug world? How does that work?
Yeah, so they're all different. None of them are the same these days, but I guess because the options are so unlimited. Back in the day, you're absolutely right. It used to be on a corner. You wait for the person to come and, you do the little hand-to-hand and we would have to be sitting on surveillance. Now with technology, everything's changed so much, you have drug dealers who are making transactions through Venmo and just different types of internet transactions. And like I said, on our end, of course, we got to keep up with times and just get creative with the investigation to try to stay up ahead of the criminal.
Yeah. I was curious. I know with the internet, with people can just order up anything and people will bring it to you. Somebody will bring it somewhere. So it's a different world. And like I say, you guys have to be on top of that. As we move into the summertime, this is always, it seems like every May, at the end of May, going into June, this is the time you really got to be careful about locking your cars at night, because when school seems to be out, it seems like you always see a rise in that kind of activity. Is that the case this summer in Thibodaux?
And look, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, so far so good. Now that summer's out, but I will tell you that Chief Zarangs is real proactive. He likes to take proactive approaches when it comes to stuff like this. We, historically speaking, absolutely, whenever the kids get out of school, you have some juveniles who tend to roam the streets all hours of the night. It's really important, that we remind parents of the curfew for juveniles, as well as, keeping them off the street and knowing where they at. Even if they say that they go and sleep at a friend's house, just know their whereabouts, because that's the trend that we see, is these young juveniles getting together in groups, 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4, 5, 6 of them, and, pulling on door handles, just doing things that they're not supposed to, committing crimes at a very young age. And a lot of it's just due to boredom, they don't have anything to do. But again, like I said, we can't stress the importance of the parents staying on top of their kids and knowing where they're at, and make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to throughout the summertime.
Yeah, no doubt. And a lot of times it is just boredom. Let's go just run around. But as an owner, make sure you lock stuff, because guns, computers, phones, all of those kind of things you see taken every year. So, Clint, we sure appreciate the update. Thanks for checking in from the Thibodaux Police Department.
You got it, Harry. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll buy you time right after this.
This segment was brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke. Know your rights.